Hey guys, welcome back. It's Maverick here today with another episode of Sonny Boy. So, how to get into this one, right? Well, so far most of the episodes in the second half of the season hasn't really been too relevant in terms of in terms of their connection to each other. It's more of okay, we have an episode now, we're entering into a story, we learn about some characters, and then we also learn about some morals, right? Or I guess you can't really say it's morals, but different philosophies on life, like their takes on the situation and so on and so forth. I guess you could say that there is a sort of progression in terms of the maturing of our main characters, right? Once they encounter these situations, learn of these situations, educate themselves, internalize it, and then move on with their life as well to continue forward with life, right? Last episode, it really dealt more with, the concept of having goals in life, right, and striving towards those goals in life, or heck, just the nature of growing up, right? You're not supposed to be sheltered, and you got to give them the freedom to continue to grow and take responsibility for themselves in a sense, right? So we've been going through all of that for the past 3 or so episodes now. I do still feel though that anytime now we should be getting into a situation where we are heading towards a concrete goal here, right? Is that so? Let's get into the episode and see. All right, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. I definitely feel this anime is highly underrated though. Oh. This is wow. Isn't that this is like the most meta of meta powers, right? Hearing other people's thoughts as a monologue when this is, an anime monologue, blah blah blah. Magnet girl. So what are you? Oh, are you on a date or something? Asakaze? I think I saw Asakaze there. Yeah, Asakaze-kun. Oh, so she's reading Asakaze's mind? Talk about Magic School Bus. I do wonder if this is like sort of a Magic School Bus reference here. Fifth class? Alright. But if you can read minds, you can probably know what Aki-sensei is. But of course, she doesn't care about that, right? I mean, of course, coming of age, seishun, right, youth and whatnot. Of course, you gotta have some romance into it. I mean, Asakaze just wants to be recognized, right? Koi no memory. Alright. Oh. Are we gonna get into triangle relationship here? Yep. Nope. She invaded. Sorry, dude. She's not interested. Oh. Oh. Okay. It's a quadruple romance. Yep. What'd I tell you guys? Right? Asakaze has something for Nozomi. So he's jealous of Nagara. Oh, 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 oh. But you still love him. Because you like the bad boys, right? Like I said, such a meta fourth wall breaking ability here. This girl. Oh, this episode, this relationship. Oh. Honestly, Asakaze is like. He's basically like an elementary schooler. Right? Or even kindergartner, right? You know, you like somebody, so you keep messing with them. You know, that kind of setting. Kind of cliche, but nice that. Oh, oof. And she actually knows that as well, right? Because probably she read Asakaze's mind. Oh, you mean war as in that dude? You know, I think it would have made much more sense if war was named Death or something. Yeah, if this isn't like, you know, as time goes on, the concept of coming of age is getting stronger and stronger, right? Youthful optimism and all that sort. Oh, so he did. No. Huh, so they did reveal it in the end, eh? Hmm? As in, what? Mizuho's own personal potential. Oh, so her ability isn't that she can control the cats and she has some other power? Huh, okay. Of who? Hmm. How exactly do they travel around? I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, right? And she's like, "You are such a tsundere, Asakaze." Oh. She's She's like, alright, I'll play around. Yep, the same Senso, the same war that you heard about. Why are we having, like, an out rock song right now? I muted it, by the way. I don't want to get copyright struck. I mean, don't get me wrong. I dig this kind of song, but it's really weird that it's playing right now. Like, again, I like the song, it's just, I don't think it really fits with the scene right now. No matter the lyrics or whatnot, I really don't think it fits the scene. But I dig it. I dig it. And by the way, I think the soundtrack to this is actually something that the director is also very proud of as well, Shingo-san. Because even before the first episode of the anime released, they were already saying that they were going to sell the OSTs. No? Know about your power? I can read minds. Is she gonna say? I'm gonna beat him up and kill him. This guy wants to be the hero so bad, right? Oh, that is going to make people very, very flustered. Bye. I think. Oh, okay. I thought you would. Oh, okay. Okay. Just a skill. So is your power also something similar as well? What? What? I mean, I guess the sort of implication here is that, you know, they much prefer conducting conversations and feelings face to face.
この崖、ほんと世界にできた傷みたいだね。うん。山彦が言ってた戦争とも重なる。でもさ、戦争って本当に起きてるのかな？私も思ってた。あの駅でたくさんの声を聞いたけど、誰も戦争を知っている人はいなかった。
Oh, hello.
あんたの心の中なんて能力を使わなくったってわかるんだ。
バカにして。誰のおかげでここにいられると思ってる。今だってそうだ。ちょっとくらい。
私があんたを振った理由を教えようか。私は朝風を尊敬できない。だから付き合えない。
神だって俺のことを認めたんだぞ。
人がどうこうじゃない。あんた自身が決めた価値の話だ。私は帰るよ。たとえ自分が死んでいようとも、私は自分の運命を受け入れる。
俺はお前ほど強くはなれない。与えられた能力でしか自分
They are having a little bit of a heart-to-heart here.
お前みたいにはなれない。だから追いかけてたのかな。でもそれも今日までだ。
そう、わかった。ならこれでさよならだ。やっぱり朝風くんを変えられるのは望みだけだった。
今度は僕が光を見せるんだ。
じゃあ終わらせよう、戦争を。
Literally a gun? Oh. What the hell?
私は本当の朝風くんを知ってると思ったんだ。だけど違ってた。
So did he... So it wasn't a case where his power failed, but he simply hesitated, right? I think that's what's being implied here. What? What? Okay, this one definitely takes a cake. This is definitely one where it's... What? Alright, I will see you guys after this. Well, alright guys, this episode certainly took a turn. We started off so, peacefully, right? Well, I guess you can't really say peacefully, but, so so normally, in a sense, right? This is the episode where, because we have this girl with this monologue power, right, being able to read minds and whatnot, they do explain a lot of things, explain a lot of characters' thoughts to us, and basically confirm a lot of the things that we've been, well, at least I've been talking about throughout these episodes, right? Like the relationship matter that they have around them, what they truly want, Asakaze's psyche and whatnot. The fact that this anime really is just a sort of coming of age anime. They are drifting, right? They're aimless. They don't really know what they want to do with their lives. They have their doubts, their fears, their misgivings, etc., etc., etc. And now we're all trying to push them towards their next stage in life, right? Nozomi, of course, is this sort of depiction of the shining light, having a place to run forward to, and of course Nagara and Nozomi, they represent the doubts. I mean, to a certain extent, Asakaze as well, right? But anyways, it was all going quite normally, right? And it seemed that we might be even having some resolutions, right? Nozomi's her sort of dialogue with Asakaze there, it seemed that Asakaze had finally evolved in a way, in terms of his psyche, in terms of his mindset and whatnot. But then, of course, I think that situation there, right, the fact that Nozomi fell and Asakaze did not save her, it's really a representation, right? I mean, I could be entirely wrong on this, but I think what's being implied here, especially with the gun in his hand, right, is implying that, I think it's basically a very, very strong implication that Asakaze really killed her, right, in a sense. Even though, no, sure, it was an accident, right? But basically, Asakaze hesitated. He did not really fully want to save her. He did not want to fully manifest his power. It kind of goes into a common concept, right? Where from love borns hatred, right? Which is a very common concept, and especially in a lot of romance kind of stuff, where, if you really, really love someone, but you can't be together with them, you can't get them, and then so I will let nobody have you, right? That kind of sort of concept. I think that is what's being implied there with Asakaze as well. His decision, or his hesitancy to save her. And, you could argue that, no, he didn't really actively wish illness on her, right? But I think, the fact that they put that gun in his hand, right, it's a sort of like it's basically hinting to us that it's basically the same as killing her, right? Because he's not completely innocent in this sort of situation, even though it wasn't something that he actively pursued to do. But the fact that he remained passive, the fact that he remained, he did not do anything, is also, in a sense, a smoking gun as well. So I think that's what that scene kind of implied there, right? I'm guessing that it might also be because that, Aki, right, the teacher, is sort of like poisoning Asakaze's mind, really leading him into a different sort of a really different sort of a different sort of mindset there, right? I think that's what's being implied here. I mean, don't get me wrong, we could be completely flipped around in the next episode as well. Maybe Asakaze learned his lesson or whatnot. I mean, I wouldn't really say that he's really he actively wishes harm on Nozomi, but no, that's what I'm saying, right? Just the fact that he hesitated there would be the same as saying that, okay, he's not actually entirely innocent in all this either, right? So it's more of a subtle kind of difference, but they really just bring out the fact with him holding the gun in his hand, even though he didn't fire the gun, right? It's the implication, basically. So I thought that was kind of neat, that was kind of brilliant, but we'll see in the next episode, right? The rest of this, Nozomi, I kind of get the feeling that the sort of throwing away of smartphones and whatnot. Maybe it's implying that Nozomi really dislikes the impersonal way, right, of communicating with each other, just through that kind of text. I mean, I can kind of relate, because to me, when I talk to friends and whatnot, I much prefer face-to-face as well, because I just feel like there's a different vibe there when you can see their reactions and whatnot, versus, you texting them all the time and so on and so forth. I think that's basically what Nozomi's take on this situation is, right? But once again, that is just a guess here. So beyond that, then I think that the biggest WTF I had is definitely for the end of this episode, where Nagara and Mizuho were basically, experimenting with Mizuho's power, I guess you could say. My best guess, I'm thinking that Nagara is probably trying to draw out Mizuho's power in some sort of way, right? Do some experiments of his own as well to finally figure out what Mizuho's actual power is, and then see if they can find a way out of this situation here. And so that's my prediction for now. The rest, like usual, we'll just have to see in the next episode. Obviously, I don't think Nozomi is dead, right? She's either gonna come back for unscathed, or through some sort of ability, or heck, don't forget, guys. I think it was already implied early on that they can't really die in this world, right? They can revert, and that far we've known. We had evidence of that throughout many previous episodes as well. Although, about that situation though, Yamabiko and his past experience, wouldn't those people really be viewed as dead? But I mean, come on, just from a meta perspective, right? Nozomi is one of the main characters. She's probably the main heroine, to be honest, so it's impossible that she's going to be dead. So we'll just have to see next episode what exactly they are going to imply by bringing her back as well, whether it's a result of an ability or so on and so forth. Probably beyond that though, my biggest problem with this episode is definitely in the way that they use the insert song. Like, don't get me wrong, it's actually of a genre that I really like, and the song itself is probably something that I will go and listen to and whatnot, right? It's sort of like a more indie, probably not indie band, but at least less well known, right? And I've known since the beginning that the director actually really has a really puts much effort and time into picking out the soundtrack for this anime and whatnot. But it just didn't really fit that scene, right? I don't know, it just felt so weird for me, but maybe that's also part of the aesthetic as well, to have such a jarring contrast between what is shown on screen and the actual song and whatnot. It was just basically an interlude, if you will. But the fact that the interlude uses that kind of a rock song, I'm kind of like, I don't know, it definitely a lot of question marks coming out from me. But, it is a good song, so I guess at the very least I get another good song to add to my playlist and whatnot. And yeah, and I think that's basically it for now. I mean, we got, I think this is a 12 episode anime, right? So we got maybe 2 episodes left. We know, we're still not any closer to the end, although apparently now that they've ended war, right, and they've created death from war, maybe that's the implication here, right? So after the war ends, after all the death and carnage, we can get life, right? Who knows? Maybe it's gonna be something as cliche as that. In any case, thank you guys. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.